You know, I'm actually, believe it or not a Doritos guy. I don't eat Doritos. Okay, I don't mind the red ones. The red ones, they're edible, they're fine. The Cool Ranch ones, okay. Now, the Cool Ranch ones are a different story. I like those. I actually do like the Cool Ranch Doritos. But the problem is, I, in the nation where I live, it is almost impossible for me to get them for most of my life. They didn't have them in stock. You would have to go to get them in the international aisle. And that's so bullshit, right? Like, I'm trying to get my favorite flavor of Doritos and I can't buy them. So, but now, recently, they got them back in. So I can actually eat them. So it is a different story. I've been eating them and, you know, I went like years, honestly, years without having a packet. I liked them as a kid, I did. Um, now that I've had them, I buy them occasionally. I quite like, I think Tostitos. Those are pretty fun. Especially the rounds. The Tostitos rounds. Those are the perfect shape. The perfect chip. Maybe if they had like a more salted version. I don't know, if I could design it, like, there's, the Copper Kettle chips. I don't know, that is an international brand, right? I hope it is. Well, there's these chips, and they have this. I know, okay, I kind of sound like an old person when I say the flavor. Like, when you say it, you sound like Unk. But red onion and cheddar. Okay, see, it just. Nah, red onion and cheddar. I like red onion and cheddar. Yeah, no, I don't really feel like that rolls off the tongue. But it's a great flavor. It's one of my favorite flavors. I also like fucking I low-key am a child. I'll eat cheese balls if they're around. I love to eat them, but I don't get them. Like, I know, because I know if they're around, I'll eat the whole packet. And it's not good for me. I already have dietary problems. If I do that, I'm not gonna want to eat, like, a proper meal for, like, the next 3 days. Like, that's how, screwed up it is when I have sugar. It still doesn't stop me. Then I just have to power through the absolute hell of consuming food. But then I'm the goat, and I do it. Although it's better now, I would say over the last couple months or two, I don't have to deal with that. Although that was definitely the reality of my life, because I annihilated my stomach, but it survived. I don't know how. I would just drink as many carbonated chemical like, I think it is just a miracle I grew up in a country that isn't like America, because I would have put on so many pounds. I would have gotten so big. It would have been so bad. But luckily, the FDA in New Zealand, our food approval thing, only up until now, when so GMOs aren't necessarily bad when you frame it as just like a GMO. That's like you can make tomatoes a different color, and they'd still be perfectly fine to eat, and that's like a GMO. But they're trying to change the GMO laws, which is essentially going to open up big multi-million billion-dollar corporations from overseas or New Zealand, if that's possible, uh, to invest in our agriculture and dairy industry. Now, New Zealand's fucking only industry, apart from maybe our wine, I think we do sell a lot of wine, is the dairy industry. I think so, yeah. So that would be pretty bad, if we let massive corporations do that. But hey, we don't need to. I need to stop talking about how there's so many evil people with money. It just bothers me. It just. Why are they all doing that? Like, why does although you know how Leonardo DiCaprio wouldn't date anyone over 25, was it? I think he has a 27-year-old model girlfriend now. So, way to go, bro. But honestly, that doesn't make up for previous creephood. You can't avoid the nickname. I haven't seen many Leonardo. I haven't seen Titanic. I probably was very, very cute looking boy, but you know, that's still not enough. I'm not gonna watch the Titanic. You know, I don't even. Is it even meant to be that good? I haven't seen. The ones where the boats. You know, where the boats fail. The Notebook either. I haven't seen that. Like, probably just had no ambition to. I don't. I'm not gonna say it sounded bad. I'm just gonna say I don't really know what it sounded like. You know. I'm like on the low. There was a moment where I was like super good at pool. Like, I could play the shit out of pool. Like, I was putting the shit in the corners. I was putting the shit in the pockets because I would be up every night at my university hall at the most ungodly hours while everyone else is asleep. Like, I would be awake, just, you know, not really doing my degree. But hey, you know, that's fine. I was going through some shit, I guess. But yo, I was getting really good at pool. So like I'm playing pool every night and I get pretty goated. And one night I'm playing pool with with one of my friends. And this guy is like outside the hall and he's got this like he's trying to use his key card. Well, he's got a key card, right? And he's trying to get in. And we're like, yo, that's strange. Why does he have a key card? And so the night manager's like, yo, bro, you can't do that. You can't come in. And so he's like, yo, my bad. Nah, but then the night manager's like, yo, why have you got a key card? This guy fucking gaps it, right? So the night manager's like, alright, I'm gonna call the security guys for who go around all the campuses, and we're gonna be like, yo, what's up, bro? We're just gonna look out for him. So, give it a couple hours and it's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And we're still up. I think we're playing table tennis. And we look, and he is sprinting towards the building. And we're like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, that doesn't look good. He is coming towards the building. And so, yeah, he scans on the thing, trying to get in. And he makes a booking it to the, he starts trying to book it to the stairs. And it's like, oh no. And so he gets into the stairwell and the night manager's on his ass, bro. He's not. The night manager is not valid though. Like in this scenario, he's valid. Yes, he's the goat in this scenario, but he falls off. He doesn't maintain his goathood. Oh my god, I'm throwing. Yeah. So this guy is like in the stairwell with the night manager. They're tussling. And well, we're just stood there. We're like, yo, that's kind of crazy. Keep in mind, we're not sober either, so it's not looking good for us. So we're stood there, just hearing all this go down. He books it up to the second floor, and that manager is like running like behind him. He goes out the second floor exit, which he somehow knew existed. Which you need an all-access keycard to use. We can't even use that. So he hadn't even stolen a student's keycard, which is what we had worried about, so maybe he was gonna do some crazy shit. No, he stole some, like, all-access keycard, which is insane, right? So he runs away. And we had night managers. We had, like, double night security every night for, like, almost, like, up until my last couple weeks in the hole, it stopped. So I had to leave early. Yo, that shit was crazy then. Who would have thought breaking in? Like, what are you doing trying to break into the holder? What are you trying to? Are you trying to? Because I know you could. There's probably like. Shit. There's probably like 50 million laptops. So much electronics that you can just get in, and. Oh, my favorite weapon. And just sell. But I don't. I mean, my door was locked when I would sleep because my neighbor. Okay, so I've had two sets of neighbors because I had to move floor because I had some strange neighbors. Not neighbors as in like in the hall. My neighbor in the hall is actually, I'm friends with him. He's a lovely man. But I did move out. I was no longer his neighbor. But because there was this building across that had apartments, but it was a car park with an apartment on top of the car park. And the car park went up like 8 car parks, 10 car parks. So it's a pretty high up apartment, right? But I'm on floor 3 of this hall. So I'm on the bottom floor that's livable. The rest is like food and then lobby and then cleaning stuff. So it's like, yeah, they low-key just watched me through my window and I couldn't see into their place, but they could see into mine perfectly. Like, they had a view of my full room and I could only see them looking over their balcony. So, yeah, safe to say, I didn't even have to pay a room moving fee, bro. I just got to leave to floor 7, which... Yeah, well, I did, it was better for my mental health. I did have to move up because... Like, even though, my mental health wasn't great, it was definitely better. I was next to probably, like, one of my closer friends in the hall, for sure. But that whole floor, I got along with really well. Well, actually, to be fair, nah, I had the best neighbors. The best neighbors. Although, I don't really, like, I posted on my story today, but I'm not, I find deep shame in the story post sometimes. I have to, if it's for, like, if I'm at, like, a nice view and I want to post the view, all of a sudden, I need, like, 8 photos because I like to do a little photo collage. I find it pretty fun. So, I do that. I'll post heaps of photos, and now all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, bro, I don't take selfies. I'm not a selfie person. Near where I live, is the beach, and there's this walkway called the and there's this walkway with this beautiful view of the coasts, hill bit that you can go down, and then there's like this tree that is like a memorial for someone, I think, and it's pretty. I hope it's not as sad as I think it is, but it might be. It's like a memorial, and it's like near a cliff edge. Might be someone that slipped off while they were drinking or something. I could imagine that happening, but I go there to, oh, that's a bit morbid now that I think about it, but I look out at the water, and I kind of chill. I meditate for like 30-40 minutes. Well, that was what I did last time, actually. The time I did that, it was like 2 hours. I'm not like, like, I do meditate. I can enter pretty peaceful states, but like, it is a lot of just like, I do have to almost let my thoughts run, do a whole thought before I can let my brain rest again, and that works. But, so, meditation intermittently, you know, it's not like I am doing, like, a lot of thinking, I guess. I feel like it's way better, bro. I feel like, even though, like, certain things in life may not be ideal and everything isn't going your way, like everyone's way, like, the state of the world isn't good. When you're looking out for yourself in these ways, and you're not letting your attention span be in the form of Instagram Reels, you know, you're not, like online, you get angrier quicker. No, you get more frustrated quicker, because your attention span is slower. You don't have enough time, you don't put up with as much bullshit, I guess. And you need to be kind to people. You need to have kindness towards yourself in order to grow. And I feel like it can make you be a very judgmental person. You're so quick to make a reaction to something when you are a very chronically online. At least I find it affected me in that way. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're still hella chill. My bad, guys. But I don't know, I feel, at least certainly, a lot more calmer and a lot more. I actually can focus on certain things and like have an idea of what I want for and how to achieve it. There was that math game Prodigy as well, and I remember really wanting the figures for Prodigy. Like, that would have been so fucking cool. But also a waste of money. A big waste of money. But you couldn't get them in New Zealand whatsoever. It was a Canada, USA only thing. And we only played it because my music teacher, who was weird, she was concerning, was taking over for one of our classes and she didn't know what to teach. She didn't know how to teach math. But she did know of this cool-ass game that meant she wouldn't have to really teach and she could just talk to the students that she wanted to talk to. Yo. I don't even know what qualified her to be a music teacher. I remember we had a whole petition and the kid who ran it nearly got expelled about getting her fired. Like, everyone in the school signed it. Like, we wanted her to lose her job. If the kids wanted it, bro, I signed that. I'll admit it. Am I not allowed to admit that? I think I am. Yeah, they never called me up. Bro, it's fucking, bro, I was in, like, year 5. Year 4, I think. No way. I wonder what that guy's up to now. I remember everyone would always be into fucking handball, bro. That shit, you're low-key insufferable if you played handball, I'm sorry. Is that a crazy take? I think handball is just such, like, a funny sport to watch a grown-ass man play. You would not catch me playing handball. Maybe I'd play. Well, when I was at school, I would play soccer. I'd play football. My primary school had gotten my elementary school had gotten a fucking new AstroTurf, but we didn't have goals, like proper football goals. We had fucking hockey goals, which is so bullshit, right? But we were just playing them, and they wouldn't stop you, but when it was after school, they weren't happy with you. But hey, you know, we were dude, I remember I used to my first ever touch of the ball in lunchtime football, the balls got kicked, like being frozen, like got kicked flying high. I'm coming and it like bounces under me as I'm leaping for it and it hits me like square in the nuts, bro. When I remember that shit being painful. I remember it like breaking the ice, you know, because I was like childhood friend, like, okay, in like year 1 and year 2, friends with these people, not so much throughout the rest of the years, right? But then I come back trying to play football, joining the football team, and I'm like, yo, it kind of just breaks the ice, you know. It made it a lot easier for me because everyone had just seen me like at my lowest already, you know. I had already shown that, you know, I could be made fun of, you know, and that was enough for kids growing up. Fucking hell, I'm terrible. Oh well. I'm gonna get out of here now.